This is our 10th episode.
This is our 10th episode.
So let's manifest something.
Let's manifest something.
Let's manifest some success.
Success.
For this podcast, for this year.
For this year.
For this life.
So what you must ask them, subscribe. Share.
Comment.
Like.
Okay. So what do you think of the modern day definitions of success?
Manipulation. Success is somebody putting an idea into you for what they want. So the modern day success is a mess. It's manipulated. It is a way they rope you in to do what they want you to do. If success is owning a Bentley, I'm sure Bentley had something to do with it, even though I own one. It's a nice car.
Subtle flex, but okay.
What is it? Such a flex?
I said subtle flex.
Flex means I'm showing off. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get 5 more. No, I like cars.
So why the hell not?
Yeah. I don't know what they mean by success. You must understand, when they go to war, success is at play, Somebody wins, somebody loses. And the loser probably get killed, get destroyed. So I think the first thing is you have to define for yourself what is success. To me, success is I actually lived and died as me. I actualized me. If let's say I'm an artist, what is my success? I painted the painting I'm here to paint. Hope people like it. Hope people buy it. But it has to be my definition. So in order for you to find out what is success, you have to drop every idea that has been installed into you, and then you find out what is success for you. Success, if the word means real, I actualized me. But right now, that is not success. We think Elon Musk is success. We think this person who has $10 billion is success. Is it? I don't want to be him. I don't mind a bit of the money he has, but I don't want to be him. I want to be me. Right? So what is success? So the first thing we have to do, it started when I was young, the first movement of motivation, like from the books of Think and Grow Rich in the 1920s or 30s. There was a movement to this idea of success, and it was very much seated by poverty. So we were suffering poverty, so success is escaping poverty. But we have not yet redefined, We are still in that mindset. If you have all the money, if you're famous, you're successful. So I think, is there a truth to the word success? In Hindu, we call it Jayam, victory. But the way the word Jayam is used is you to you victory, it's not over another. Like if you take the Bushido, the samurai, the swordsmanship, even though they fight, they want to win the battle, but the ultimate battle is they live their honor. What does success mean to you? We were made to admire people that we're supposed to reject, We were made to admire. Then you should admire what Escobar. He had billions of dollars. A girl is skinny. Oh, she's successful. Really? Really? What's wrong? She is whatever shape she is in. I think success is self-acceptance, Success is you tell me what you are, and without an apology to live it. It's like this, Those days, man being man is success. If a man is, what's the word? No. Maybe he doesn't subscribe to that. He's more gentle. That's not success.
How do we know how do we, you see that example, right? Men to men. Lots of men want to impress other men, and through the impressing another man, you define it as success, right?
Come out of the closet. Men want to impress another man, come out of the closet quickly.
But how do we find the people that like reflect our success in the right way?
A very good question. Look, don't get brainwashed. Look, really. Look and be inspired the person you want to be. The person that reflects you to what you can be. I like my masters, Some of them were beggars, some of them were in so many ways. I like them, why? They were honest, they were true to them. So you have to find what reflects you rightly, not what is popular. I think this is one of the most important topic that anybody will explore, because it throws your axis, If somebody is not interested in money, he's got no craving. There's no value to him, right? You make him a failure. Maybe he's kind-hearted. Maybe he's not interested in material thing. Maybe he's a poet. I don't know. So I think the first thing is don't be bullied, and everybody gets bullied. You find out what inspires you. You find out what makes you feel true. I think we have sent enough people to psychiatry ward. We have sent people to suicide, to depression by this notion of success.
But how do we then find our own personal definition of success? Like, let me give you an example. I have one of my good friends. She recently quit her job, but she got a job offer that paid her like almost double her salary, and she'd be a manager. And it's this amazing job. But she decided not to take the job, and she wants to work freelance, and she wants to live a slower sort of life. And I kind of, when she first told me, I was kind of like, because when she explained it, I was like, I could see this image of her. She's turning 30 this year. She's a manager. She's earning well. And she's like, no, I want this. And a part of me was like, how can you do that? How can you not choose that? Then I was like, no, that's me. I'm that kind of person. I want that kind of job. I want that kind of life. But she doesn't. And that's her success. She was able in a position to say no to that. And say, I want to sit at home. I want to do my art. I want to do my freelance. I'm okay with this.
You got to love this person. That's success. She got some guts. I don't want to use that word. But to me, wow. That's my kind of people. You are not going into this corporate advertisement and this world. Remember, nobody is interested in you be successful if they are not feeding off you. You understand? Nobody is interested in your success. Most often, they are using that word to coerce you. So what is success? Is it personal honesty? I'm not denying we need money, we need comfort, we need security, right? But I like that we are questioning this. You don't need my answer. You need the ability to question this. What is success? I have a dog. Its success is probably to hang out around me. He just wants to be around me, hang out with me, walk with me, look after me. Well, what's wrong with that? So what are we talking about? Are we talking about the social pressure? Are we talking about a standard somebody set that I must follow? Is success me living my freedom? I think a free person is the most successful person. I have known millionaires and billionaires. I always say I will never want to be you because you're not free. The money got the best of you. The beautiful person is not free. They cannot show up not beautiful. Is that success? Could success be personal authenticity? You must understand, in the world, we are at most consumers, They want us to have money because we will spend. So we are coerced to spend. I think you not violating you being exactly what you are is success. But now, that must not stop there. Success also links with the word you used earlier, manifestation, the other episode. Success also means if I actualize me, like your friend who says, I want to stay home, I want to paint, I want to do this. Can you live that successfully? Can you live that without lack? I think everybody should be successful. Successful in being them. I like what? Joanne Kampopo, right? Our Malaysian comedian. In some way, I can admire her. She got guts. That lady goes up there and she got more guts than a lot of people. She's out there, she's doing. I look at her and I said, we have to celebrate her as a success. Sometimes, despite against the current, I look at her and I said, what would you have gone through in your life to be out there? I think the last time when I was in a show, she had some leg problem, a knee or something, I
Yeah.
remember. And I'm looking at her and I'm saying, oh my God, I admire you. I don't think she has millions and millions of dollars. I wish for her to have.
No,
But
but
that
she has worked for everything she has.
single mother is part of our Malaysian success story. Go check her out. I'm a silent admirer. Who else? Let's point out. We have a prime minister now who spent so many years in jail, falsely accused, of course, who came out, who's now leading the country. What am I applauding? But what good a prime minister he is, he's on the cross now. But for what he went through,
Yeah.
I applaud. So what are we applauding? Elon Musk make billions of dollars? Come on, he's still on the cross. We don't know. We don't know whether you're a friend or foe. I know you're a very good businessman, so I'm suspicious of you. Bill Gates? I don't know. Maybe he does charity. Is it charity? Let's find out. So be very careful of how we define success.
How does failure play a part in success?
It's absolute necessity. Failure tells you you missed your success. That's all failure is. Failure is telling you you're missing the point. Something is missing here. So failure is not failure. Failure is the necessity. It's like if I teach you how to golf swing, you cannot learn how to swing golf perfectly overnight. I give you the club, I teach you a little bit, here's a ball, whack it. As you whack and you make mistakes, that's when you do the correction. So is it a mistake or finding what is right? So you must not reject failure. You must not reject what is not working. Failure is what is not working. Failure and success are two sides of the same coin. I ask you, your success is how you work. Your failure is in what situation you don't work. You are not working. It's not working out. I think success is the most beautiful thing. In school, success is not becoming number one. No? How many person who became number one in the school, 20 years later, it meant anything? I think in America they have this, most likely to make it, how true it is. Sometimes I think failure is the most beautiful thing. One of the most
There's this actress, her name is Helena Bonham Carter. She was actually in Harry Potter. I don't know if you recognize her. She was married. She's a very vibrant, crazy kind of woman, and she was married to Tim Burton. Have you heard of him? He's a director, also a very odd kind of person. They were married for many, many years, and their marriage ended. And she put out a statement. She said, just because it ended doesn't mean it's a failure. It doesn't mean it wasn't a success.
Wow. You should sit here and talk. That's the most beautiful point. That's it. Just because it failed, it doesn't mean it was not a success. Now again, this is a beautiful podcast. What is Anba a success? I don't think he has millions of dollars. I think he's a success. I think he's lived in integrity. I think he has served beautifully. I think he has been true to his heart. If you measure him with his bank balance, we are all failures in comparative to the Rothschild family or something. Of course we are, but that's not what we are measuring. What are we measuring? I've seen homeless people who succeed being beautiful human than the guy who pulled up in a Ferrari. What is success? I think success is the guts to stake my claim and to be who I am and to live that successfully. Remember this. To be a nice guy doesn't mean you need to be broke. Survive being a nice guy rightly, in style. So what is success? Me surviving me without a price to pay. Get what I'm saying? What is failure? The misstep, so you find the right step. Have you seen somebody blind walking with a stick? He's tapping. What is the tapping? He needs to hear the sound. Oh, that's not how to go. That's not how to go. We are all blind, The failure teaches us. The failure teaches me. If not, how would I know? We condemn failure, we celebrate success, we will never get sight. We are a blind man without a stick. We're going to fall. What is your success? I hope somebody's success to say, I just want a 2-bedroom flat and live a life, raise a kid. Wow.
But there are so many people, right, who we can perceive them from the outside living in success, but they don't perceive that of themselves.
That is there too. When we see from outside their success, we really don't know the internal story. I tell you, when I was younger, I used to speak on Asia Pacific platforms. I was on all the major stage giving a talk, And I used to know all these motivational speakers, these successful people. And I got to know a lot of them personally. They are not what they say up there, And then I say, why do you represent yourself wrongly? He said, no, that's what they want to hear. You're not telling the truth. They might have made money. They might have got a doctorate, or they might have succeeded in one area. Go up there and tell the truth too, that in other area I'm suicidal. You see, we want to be better than another. Can we define that as not success? I having more than you doesn't mean I'm successful, I having enough for me, what is right for me. Can you see the violence of the word success? They use the word success to ask us to go to war with one another. I need to have the latest iPhone. Why? My old iPhone works. It's not that you have a need for the latest technology. You just don't want to have less than somebody else. Pause. And it's a beautiful gift for humanity, What is your success? I tell a story. I had a martial art master, 11 years old. He kind of took me in. A Muslim Malay man. His name is Part One. You met him as a child. One of the most beautiful men I've met in my life. I went, we used to pay 1 ringgit every month as a fee. Even that I couldn't pay, just for electricity bill. He taught for free Silat. I learned Silat with him. I loved him my whole life. I took care of him until he died. He was a poor man. I remember somewhere there, Appa became successful at money. I went and I said, come, Part One, I build your house for you. He had a house on stilt, Come, I build your house, lah. I said, I can pay. Come, I build for you. He walked down with me. He pushed the house. He said, the house is okay. Why you want to build me a house? I'm looking at him and I'm going like, and that time I brought back a Mercedes. I bought a S-Class big. The only thing he asked, why so big? Do you know how? I haven't met a single man that I will equate to him. He and my father, similar. They were a success, but we don't look at it.
So do you think that people sort of falsely equate like things to success? Like you say you like cars, but I don't think you perceive yourself as so successful because you have that car.
Yeah.
But that's where people are making that connection.
No, people are not making. The advertisers are making. You need to have a Prada or I don't know what you all wear. It is the marketeer doing it. They are coercing you. It is commercialized. If I wear a Rolex, I'm a successful man. Really? Rolex is successful. It made you buy a watch. Not that
we don't have any problem with Rolex over here.
We don't have. I have some. It's a nice watch. If I can afford it, I have it, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just a personal preference, right? So I want to ask you this. Go look at your parents, your mother, your father, the people who in the world's eye might not be success. Look at their success.
But I would just put this in there. He said, like, when you are able to afford things, right, you can buy the car, you can buy the
Of course, you
watch.
should.
No, not that you could, but it's sort of easier for you to feel like, ayo, it's nothing lah. I enjoy that, but it doesn't mean anything. But when you don't have it and you can't have it, like there's no, some people don't have enough money to ever buy those things. Would be harder for them to perceive it that way
I
because
agree.
so someone
And why is it harder for them to perceive? Because that is the commercial assault. You say, when I have it, you want the person who not have it to feel bad. You want to feel privileged. So the person who don't have it must feel underprivileged, right? But all that you will grow, a silly thing. It's so silly. When you define what is your success. To me, success is being a free person, And in order for me to be free, I needed money. That I'm not subjected to Monday to Saturday. I'm not subjected to 9 to 5. Even though I work longer hours than 9 to 5. But I am a free man. That is my success. You can't pay me enough to enslave me. What is your success? I needed to be free. I needed to be authentic. That is my success. What is your success? And in order to be authentic, if I have to give up those things, it's not a price to pay. It's no sacrifice.
But what if you, like for me personally, I literally have no idea what success would look like. For me, I already have everything. It's not a thing.
Then you are freed of it. Now you can do what your heart tells you. Now you do or don't do. Just enjoy life. Don't buy into these people, oh, I did this, I have meaning, why? Somebody says, when are you climbing the Everest? I say, when they put a lift up to it. Or a gondola.
Same.
You see, and let's say you grow up without that idea of success being shoved to you. You know what is your success. You just haven't realized it. You being you. You being true to you. You doing what you want to do. That is your success. You are. And you can fail. So I'm not saying, again, I'm not talking out of money, success, Prada, Louis Vuitton. Is it Louis Vuitton good?
Louis Vuitton, yeah. I
It's
didn't
good?
know you would go there.
Okay, Louis Vuitton. I'm not talking you out of it. But those are the minor things. What is the major thing? What is the success? Are you being you? Do you love? Do you have friends? Are you together? Do you make connection? Did you live this life? Are you part of this life? Are you contributing? Like, I think the most successful people I know is my father, even though he didn't die millionaire. My martial art master, I adore him. Unrecognized, nobody even know. He was never famous, as few people know. But they are my inspiration. They were authentic. They were true. A story, just to give. At one point, I went to see him. I used to send him money every month. I went and said, come, Pawan. I opened a bank account. I said, this is the bank account. This is your card. Every month take money. Right? I forgot about it. It was going on automatically. About 2 years later or 3 years later, 2 years later, I think he called me and he was frantic about it. I said, what happened? What happened? So I went to see him. I was here, then went back. I said, what happened? He said, why do I have so much money in my bank account? I'm like, how do you have so much money? Not so much, but according to him. He never took it out. He like, why? I said, no, I gave you, Pawan, spend. You are like my father. He like, huh? Do you know, he couldn't be bribed. Not that I was bribing him. Can you recognize that as success? I've met billionaires. I'll never mention their name. I've met people who won this, won that. They don't worth anything. But in order to do that, should you live as poor as my martial art master? No. Those are fun things, toys.
That's his experience.
Yeah. No, that's his choice. He decided to do that. I have nothing to say about it. But I am not denying materialism if you place it as a toy. A Ferrari is a nice toy. But what matters is, where am I traveling to? How I'm traveling to is toys. So I give you this. And what is your success? What is your success? Nowadays, children are saying, the father can say, oh, my whole life I work for money for my children. The children say, no, that's not what I want. I wanted you to spend time with me. That is success. So you got to think through what is your success. And in order to find out what is your success, you have to fail a few times. You have to make a mess a few times, You have to go astray a few times. Now try this as an exercise for all of you who is listening. Go find all the people who you truly define as success. You discover something about you. But it needs guts, because they are going to advertise. They're going to make you a failure if you don't have a Ferrari. The other day, one of the students bought a Harley Davidson. It seems everywhere he goes, he gets a lot of attention. And people look at him, wow, a Harley Davidson. Why? A lot of people want to, but they can't. But is that you want a Harley Davidson, or is that the idea of success planted into you? What is your success?
How do you find it? I think that's the biggest question.
Find you. And you know how you find you? Run into a wall. Fall apart. Make mistakes. That's how you discover. You understand? You are trying to ask for helmet in living. There's no helmet. There's no safety. Just bounce around. Do not waste a failure. Do not waste a wrong. You are asking how to find it. That's your job. That's your job. Be reflective, meditative. I'm not saying close eye and sit down. That's rather stupid. I'm saying be reflective, be contemplative. Look. Like for Buddha, his success was to be free of desire. That's Buddha's. What is your success? And see the people that truly capture your heart beyond the advertisement. I rather be with somebody beautiful inside than outside. I know that for certain. They can be beautiful outside and ugly inside. I would not like that person.
That person just isn't beautiful then.
Yep. There we go. So now, okay, maybe we is it time to wind down? A little bit, yeah. I think we sum it up this way. You know what is success? I like what they say in the WWF wrestling. It's time to rumble. Let's get down. Let's discover. Let's explore. Let's find out. Don't ask me what is your success. How the hell would I know? I can tell you what I think is my success if I can be quiet and silent and true to me and whatever that is. That's my success. What is yours? I also want to pay bills, I also want to drive a nice car. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. It's all good. Toys. I have as many toys. I've got beautiful cameras. I've been fortunate. I have many, many toys. But remember, they are toys. I'm just being a kid, a child. But if you ask me what is success, go through. Go through the motion. Don't deny living. Find out. Don't listen to anyone. Hear them, but take your time to listen. Hear them. See. See what touches you. See the kind of person that you are inspired to wake up to be. Do you know what propaganda is? A lie that is told over and over again will appear as truth. Do you know why somebody wants to buy a Rolls Royce or a house in somewhere? They think that's the symbol of success. Really? The Weinstein fella had an island.
Epstein.
Whatever his name is. Not worth remembering. Had an island. Is he success? Is he success? Do you have the strength to define yourself?
But someone like Epstein is like a good example. Is that who knows if he perceived it as success? We don't know him, right? But within that level of evil, he did succeed at doing something really bad.
Yeah. That was his success. He's a narcissistic person. He enjoyed, his success was hurting people.
So I guess the word success can be misused, and
Maybe that's exactly what we have done in this podcast. We just explore it. We are so easily putting a label in. It's propaganda. What is success? A decent human being is a success. You go to the orphanages, the ladies who really look after the kid, they are the success. I think we live in a world of propaganda. It's because they want to sell watch, they want to sell cameras, they want to sell phones, they want to sell cars, they want to sell anything. We are economically driven. So everything is a symbol of success. Is it? We don't buy a toy to a child and say you have succeeded. No. We buy a toy so it plays and gets over it, isn't it? These are toys. And your success might be, I just want to be ordinary. I just want to do my thing. I don't know. It is your authenticity. You know why I don't want to have an opinion? That's how it all begins. That I tell you what is success. I think my success is, can I survive being me in this world? That's my success.
do you think that instead of a concept of big success, right? Like so many people have that big success, lifetime goal, that life can be full of just little successes?
Yeah. I think many little success accumulates to a big success. I think you define this. To me, I think I'm going here today with you. Success is you remaining you. You living out you at whatever cost. The day you quit you for anything, even if you succeed, you failed. Even if you achieve that stardom, but the stardom is at the price of personal betrayal, that is the greatest failure you could live out. And I think we see that in the world all the time nowadays, isn't it? Remember, this world is in a rush, this world is moving, it's selling. Do you know we are a humanity that sell medicine? But what do you want? What do you want the pharmaceutical company to do? They also must find a profit and pay their employees and their shareholders. But I give you a morality. We are still a species that sell medicine to a sick person. Shouldn't be a humanity. If you're sick, I give it to you.
That's how it is in Malaysia.
Malaysia is. It's one of the most unique countries. You're sick, you go, they give you medicine. Here, you don't have to have insurance, nothing. They take care of you. Bless. But that's the world we live in. And I'm not blaming them. We agreed to it. We agreed to it. If you can't pay a loan to a bank and you have 5 kids, husband and wife, you can't pay, the bank will take the house away. Where will I go? It's not the bank's problem. That is the world you are in. I'm not condemning it. I wish I could. If I go to a shop and I say, I'm thirsty, sir, $2 for water. I don't have $2, sir. Will they give me? You agreed to the commercial. So we are all busy selling for survival. And somebody set up this structure. And I'm not saying I have a better structure. I'm hoping we will discover it. I'm not against capitalism, but I'm also saying maybe we have to look at it. What is success? I tell you, success is when there is no child is an orphan, no woman is abused, that every woman is kind of taken care of, protected, at least me being a Neanderthal, right? Everybody has a right for whatever they are. If a guy wants to put on a high heel, good luck to you.
I think at the end of the day, that's the problem, is that people try to I think they want to feel like their definition of success is so valid that they have to push it onto other people.
Yeah. No, it only becomes valid if it condemns another. Why would you admire, what is it, Elon Musk or whoever that is? Why would you admire? Why? He made money. He's famous. He's a businessman. I'm his customer. And according to them, the customer is right. I don't admire you, sir. I don't know you, so I don't know. If I meet you, maybe I like you. I don't know. I'm just using you as an example. Nobody is an example. But I leave it with this, oh, I love this, I love when you think for yourself. I love when you explore. In the comment below, write what is your success. And write all the people in your life that is successful. I'll write my father. I'll write my martial art master. And I have a whole list of teachers and gurus in my life who I think, my God, what a success they are. And I'll emulate because my soul touches that. Who are the people that you consider a success? Let's not value each other by the watch we wear. It's a nice watch, but it's a toy. That's all it is. 10? This is good.
Thank you.
You are welcome, madam.